I remember calling my childhood best friend. It had been some time since I talked to her, but she was the only one I could possibly think to share this with. It was some profound epiphany I had that, now looking back on it, was probably the moment I realized to just let go and let God. And what I want will come to me within time. But I said, Rachel, have you heard about this thing? It's called someday. And that when you're thinking about it and you want something, you just say, someday. Someday it'll happen. And you just imagine it as if it's right here, right now happening. And then you go, someday. It occurred to me that was the way I got to wish. It was my small moment throughout the day when I couldn't find a dandelion, or didn't have time to look at the stars, or didn't have a fountain nearby to shoot some pennies into, or all the other ways we make wishes. Like when we blow out a candle just once a year. Why just once a year? Why can't we wish and imagine and dream and plea with the universe that we must have this unattainable thing? I mean, that's why we call it a wish, right? Because if we could just go out and get it, we wouldn't be wishing, we would just do it. But the thing I realized with my someday wishes is that every day I said someday was a day I was working for that someday. And today is today. And I am so thank you. I am so thankful. I am so thankful for all the some days. Because on the days that I was wondering when my someday would happen, that was the someday. And so I couldn't keep thinking, when is someday? I had to live today. And so I just said, someday. And then, when I didn't realize it, someday was here. And that thing my Nana once said to me, written on a piece of paper with doodles of butterflies, she said something about happiness. And that it would only come when I wasn't looking for it, and that it would sit on me gently and rest there softly. And I would then know what happiness was when I stopped begging to find it. But how could I see happiness with all the pain and sorrow and the ways it wrapped itself around me? Well, I decided to let it sink in deep within me until I understood it to be a part of me, not separate, not far, not taking over, but just there. And when I was able to accept it was just there, I could bring my attention to other places. The place that was today. Today, I'm happy. You know, somebody asked me yesterday, I think it was a question, although it was formed as an opinion, saying, I'm worried about you, in a way that said, are you happy? And I wanted to say, you shouldn't worry about me, but instead, I said, I'm happy. To answer their question that was not a question but a statement, and since I needed to comfort them, or they needed to comfort me, and now I'm looking back on it, did I need to ask them, are they okay? Are they happy? However, it is not my responsibility anymore. It is neither my responsibility to understand what people mean when they say things that aren't really what they mean. It is the way that people communicate that is so damn confusing to me, and I just try and try. It is that my intentions were misunderstood because their intentions were misunderstood.